Hey, it's your girl Poshii.
It's Prez. What's good to you?
Betty Ross from the Bronx.
And we got a legend in the building, Hip Hop Mike.
Hip Hop Mike. What's
Legend.
good to you?
Damn, thank you. What's up, y'all?
How you been? How's everything?
Everything's good, man. I mean, I'm out here. I'm trying to avoid eating all the cookies and everything. Stay healthy in the summer, you know.
And he ain't bring us no cookies, y'all.
sorry.
We finna shoot it after the show.
I don't want to get shot. I gotta get shot after the show.
Nah.
Nah, you ain't gonna get shot after the show, but we finna rumble.
Gonna fight. She's expecting cookies. She looked at your IG. It was like, he has
We
cookies.
got cookies.
So we're
Is he
gonna
gonna
finish
bring
this
some?
episode, shoot the fair one. I'm sorry. Every time I always have cookies on me, they just go so fast. Like, if I make like one stop for the day, it's like 50 cookies are just gone. Everywhere I go, they're asking. I'm sorry, y'all.
That means the cookies are good. So,
They good cookies. I promise I will get y'all some. Y'all got it on the record.
do you deliver?
Yeah, you give me an address, I will send y'all some cookies. I promise
shit.
y'all. Y'all got it on camera. Y'all got it on audio. Send me
Send
the
it
address.
here.
I got you.
Y'all heard that. He said he gonna send us our
Yeah.
cookies, special delivery.
I mean it.
Do you do
Yeah.
like weed infused cookies?
I've done it. I don't do it like under the company, but like if I have a friend ask me for them, I'll make them. Just cause I got a lot of haters out here, yo. People do not want to see me win, so like,
Really?
I gotta follow the law and the rules.
They be trying to like dime you out about
Oh
your
my
shit.
gosh! No matter what I do, somebody is mad about it. But I mean, it's cool. I do the weed cookies like on the side, you know. I have like my friends will ask me, and I'll just make them real quick. But
Make sure you make sure my cookies got some weed in it.
What was that?
she said, "I'm make sure I got some weed in it."
Thank you. He heard what I said. How you ain't hear what I said?
I ain't hear what you said.
I've been doing the whispering for how long? You ain't hear what I said?
I can't catch that.
So,
Serve some weed in it.
besides cookies, what else you getting into?
I do the artist management. I do pizza. I do a bunch of ish. I got like a partnership with a recording studio. I have a couple podcasts, a lot of interviews. Just like you gotta have like multiple streams in New
Multiple
York.
streams
Feel
in New
you on
York.
that.
And might do a little fraud on the side.
Yeah,
No,
look,
like-
you know, my pieces be
Listen.
hitting.
You might have to. To survive in New York?
All my pieces is hitting.
I'm joking. I don't do.
I wouldn't even know where to start. I'd have to go back to like cutting hair and hang out at the barbershop and like talk to
Trying to tell
somebody.
you. I don't listen, y'all. I don't know what Press talking about with the fraud shit.
I was joking.
He joking. Y'all don't. That's why I said disclaimer. Be playing around. Y'all out here doing fraud. Do that shit on your own time, not on
No,
ours.
I would have showed up in a Nike Tech in the summer, like ready to do the fraud. I would have been like, "Here's
Camera
my
outfit, Nike
my
Tech
card
in the
machine."
summer.
What the?
Yeah, the Nike Tech in the summer.
Like,
Oh
any
my
of y'all girls want to
God.
go to the mall after this?
I'm saying though, for any of y'all out there, I'm just trying to get my body done. I need 20K.
Any of
That's how
y'all
much it
fraud
cost-
scammers
That's how
out
much it
there?
costs to get your body done?
I'm not doing the whole BBL thing. They can have the ant body.
That has the
I'm
black
just
co-
getting a tummy tuck and lipo. That's it.
The BBL has the black community in the chokehold.
How do you feel about BBLs, Mike?
I don't know. I wouldn't get one. I feel like here's my thing, right? Shout out Dr. B. I'm good friends with a guy that like does BBLs for real.
Oh, you got the fly. Oh,
He's
that's
like
why
the
your
plastic
DMs
surgery
be lit.
guy. Yeah, nah, shout out Dr.
Yeah, he
B.
got, hold on. He got the cookie business. And he know
I got all the plugs.
and he know the BBL plug.
I do.
Yo, she could gain the weight and lose it in the same day. That's crazy.
You know, Cab, y'all want cookies and BBLs? I got you. But nah, I mean, I feel like I have so much weight I'm carrying around like my midsection that if I lost it, I've seen people, they got like the skin. So I maybe would see somebody if that was the case, but I wouldn't like have them do the work for me. Like I'd have to really hit the gym because I know I'd be the person that gets like their stomach done and then just goes eats a steak and fucks it all up. Like I would definitely mess it up.
Now he making me rethink the situation. 'Cause
It's dangerous. I just I read this morning on Instagram, not that that's like a reasonable place to get news, but they said it's really like of all the surgeries you could get, that's like one of the more dangerous.
Yeah, that's like one of the
yeah,
worst
it
ones
is.
to get.
It definitely is.
Gotta be careful.
I'm scared.
Yeah. Yeah, salute to all the women getting their BBLs. Be safe.
Please do.
And the men out there, some guys I seen got some BBLs.
This dude's getting what? This dude's getting
Dudes out here.
lips.
I see there was a dude on Instagram that got the lipo at least I seen.
And the etching.
They said
The niggas is doing the etching.
What is that?
That's what it is.
The six pack and shit.
that's what it is. Yeah, not a BBL is a butt lift, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I know they getting the whatever that lipo. See, I'm not well rounded in this whole. He got sculpted, Drake?
He had to get sculpted because ain't no way in Oregon from Degrassi just out of nowhere.
I mean, money and trainers will do wonders, though. Like, if you got a gym in your house, if you had a gym in your crib, would you still, like, and somebody that's like, get up, this is what you eating, and this is how many push-ups we do.
And he got, like, money to afford, like, a chef and a nutritionist, like, on speed dial. Like,
he said, I want to look like this. And then just.
This is true.
I don't know.
Maybe he did, but I know me, I'm lazy. I ain't gonna lie, I'm lazy, so I like to take the shortcut. Fuck that shit.
Oh, no.
You're not trying to sweat at the gym?
I don't like sweat. Who you know with 2 gym memberships and don't go to the gym?
You got 2, which?
My dumb ass.
What gym memberships you got? Blink?
I got Blink and Planet Fitness. Now I don't go to neither.
Oh, no.
Both them shits is terrible. I had both. I'll take Blink probably.
Yeah.
I started walking too. I got the Missy Elliott like sweatsuit, and I like walk my paw. Yeah, that wasn't that funny.
Walking down St. Nick in like tinfoil, sweating it all out. Get your walk on.
I play too much.
Yeah. I'm just starting to like him already. He said, "Get your walk on."
Get your walk on.
Oh man.
Yeah, nah, the Missy Elliott weight loss plan. I don't know where to find that.
Nah, just get you one of the them sauna suits and just walk the park.
The waist trainer.
The waist trainer? I don't know if the waist trainer, it has to work, right? But I don't know how good it is for you because it just like...
It just hugs your whole
just
body.
Squeezes everything in there.
It just hugs your whole body. You got like a permanent hug for like 4 or 5 hours. Like, nah, I can't do it.
No.
Y'all got the most interesting podcast I ever been on.
Yeah.
It's talking whole facts.
Listen, it's just...
Nah, the whole facts gotta come out. Nah, for real. Should we talk about whole facts?
I mean, it's up to Mike. He's the guest today.
Oh,
what up the whole facts?
Anything y'all want.
He's the guest today.
Well, nah, y'all talk about the weight loss, the whole facts.
What? Nah, imagine an app that had your facts about what you did in the past.
Scanned your Instagram.
But what the fuck you gonna do? Beat my ass?
Nah, it's kind of. No, imagine you had Tinder, but it said who you been, like who they been with in your neighborhood and shit.
Decide whether or not you want to lease the pussy.
Yeah, whether or not you want to be with her or not. Like, yo,
You ain't gonna finance it.
Yeah, you gotta type in the VIN number and just it be like this hoe got mad cities in her bio.
Not a VIN number.
Mad
right.
Bluetooth connect to all the cars. Like,
let me see if she connected my homie Wi-Fi real quick.
you're fair. Like shit you wouldn't know. Like, and if you have that information and you pursue it, you can't be mad. So it's kind of cutting that out.
It's
Well,
true.
kind of true, because I'm sorry, nephew, I don't mean to put you on blast. But you already know he go with Kevin Gates' girlfriend, what you call it?
Why you put any thick white chick from Pennsylvania listens to a lot of Kevin Gates and posts a lot of like what's that shit, lyrics and like quotes and shit that sound deep but really not.
She said, "Bitch, I'm a big gangster."
So in short, right? They have their little problems, whatever. I ain't gonna air y'all out. The nigga said I'm gonna put her to the crackhead test.
What? She thinks she's hold up. He thinks his baby mom's
He
a
said he wanna put her
crackhead.
to the crackhead test. The nigga said, "Yo, I'm gonna get some coke and some dope.
Oh,
some
no.
crack, and leave it in the house and see if when I come back if it's still there."
What if she sold
But
it though?
anyway,
Like,
I'm like,
what is
exactly.
What if she take it
so
and
it's
sell
kind
it?
of like the same thing with the whole facts. What are you gonna do after you have like everything?
Nah, if you have the information, like, you found out that this girl is like faithful in New York, but when she go to Vegas and Miami, she like a whole nother person.
But
That's
we
up to
already
you.
know.
That's up to you. Like,
she got to take the whole safety course and get 3 points off her whole facts report.
But we already know if she go to Vegas or Miami, then you might as well just focus on yourself, King.
True.
that's true, but
True.
So what's her credit score on Credit Karma?
I don't know. That has to take effect on the whole facts, though. I need to see at least an
Mike
average
said he wanna
credit.
see it.
Need to
On
see
the
where
whole
if it
facts.
fluctuates up or down. I feel like there's so much. Like whole facts is $1 billion idea.
yeah, definitely. I just to put your name.
Just so
and you
y'all
find-
know.
you find out everything about the person, who they been with.
Just so y'all know, y'all heard it here first on 2 Peas in the Pod with Hip Hop Mike. Don't be coming over here trying to steal our shit because we finna sue.
No cap.
Nah, I'll partner up with somebody. We selling out.
So he gonna be like Pitbull. He's like, gonna get it how we live.
Get it how we get it.
He said, "I don't rap. I make Spanish music. I don't know what y'all talk about."
Nah, Pitbull turns into like an international pop star. I can't be mad. I can't be mad at it.
He's
though.
the greatest sellout of all time.
Can't be mad at him and the Black Eyed Peas. I can't be mad at it.
Yeah, they did it. They definitely
They had to
did
get the
it.
bag. Like,
So, speaking of people selling out, would you ever sell out?
Nah, I mean, at this point, like, I could have probably sold out a bunch of times. Like, it's too late.
Too late.
it's too
I
late.
could, if I wasn't a sellout, I would have did it a long time ago. I think there's different ways to sell out for sure. Like, you know, if it was like, oh, we gonna have you dress a certain way and get you a fashion job, but I could do everything like ethically that I wanted to do, I'd be like, all right, I'll sell out. I'll wear whatever the fuck y'all want me to wear.
So what would you like have like if you was gonna sell out that way? What would you want them to have you wear?
I don't know, whatever. Honestly, I wear anything. I wear a goddamn Big Bird costume and do interviews. If they was like, we gonna give you a
Big Bird
pill,
costume.
you can give me Pitbull money. But like, but if they was like, we need you to like ask these specific questions or do like anything like clickbaity, like outside of like the fits, because I feel like the personality has to be authentic for like the ultimate win to be real. But like, you know, I've seen people that like they have the aesthetic change, I guess, and like it'll work here and there for marketing, whatever. So I don't know. I think there's a way to sell out without like selling your soul, if that makes sense.
I definitely get what you're coming from. People like they get on and it's like, yeah, I still want to be my authentic self, but I don't want like the corporations just writing the questions, just like here,
It's
ask
not
this
the
shit
move.
for me.
I mean, I'd prefer not to sell out at all in any aspects, but like I've definitely watched like interviews or podcasts where I see like, all right, they got some stylist that's putting this all together, but like as long as the content isn't sold out on ever, like the conversation is not like transactional, I'm good.
How'd you feel about the Pop Smoke album?
I didn't listen to all of it, honestly. I've seen a lot of like conversation just about artists being left off, and it seems really messy. So I'm not sure. I mean, I gotta definitely sit with the album. I'm sure the music's great. Like I'm not gonna just think that the music isn't like as good as it could be. But I don't like the politics. Like once politics start getting involved, it turns me off to like everything. You know?
So what do you have to say to, I see you have a thing where you listen to up-and-coming artist music and you give, you know, your opinion on it. What do you have to say to those that are up-and-coming and they want to get their self out there?
I mean, I think most importantly, including my opinion, like there's no opinion that really matters at the end of the day. Like you could give feedback, but like I think artists need to really start getting more in tune with themselves. Like I had this conversation last night. I was driving, so I'm like, I don't know. There was a lot happening last night, but I was talking to one of my friends, and other friend was in the car chiming in, and they asked about how I felt on the T-Pain thing, because I don't know if y'all seen the T-Pain rant.
Yeah.
We had questions for that, but
We
yeah.
sure did.
Oh, all right, my fault.
Bro,
And I can hold off.
No, you can talk.
We can talk about
Like
it
I said,
now.
you're the guest.
So.
You know,
Speak your mind.
I don't know. I mean, the T-Pain thing, I think, said a lot of it. My only, like, gripe with T-Pain, I think, is that at the time that people were, like, coming for him about his music, he didn't really, like, defend it. He wasn't, like, auto-tune's the future. He was kind of just, like, felt bad and fell back. And I think it's, you know, important to realize that kids still kind of do that. Like, I think a lot of people are out here that's just kind of, like, making music to fit into a certain lane. And it's not so much about trying to make different sounds as much as it is like just getting in tune with yourself for me and figuring out what sound you like. Because if there's a kid right now that's like a huge Pop Smoke fan and he's listening to all his drill music and he's studying drill, it's not making me mad that he wants to make drill music, but it's like do it from a place where you can add your own little flavor to it.
Add your sauce to it.
You know?
Yeah.
There's like a billion. I mean, how many pizzerias in New York? It's like 30,000. Everybody make pizza, but there's so many different styles.
Yeah.
And I think for T-Pain to just be so about just the music side of it, it's like make different types of music. It's like I agree, and I think there's people out there that probably would make different types of music, but I think the growth is gonna come from like people that's taking what we have now and reinventing it the same way Pain did.
Yeah.
You know.
Got you. So last week, you know, we did an interview with Michi Bravo on Proceed with Caution, and his style of music is different. I'm like, wait a minute. He take the old school stuff, but he's putting like the new school twist on it. And it kind of made me think like we do need something different because I'm tired of hearing like the same watered down stuff or
It's like
like
it's
no offense, but
we're respectfully, it's like like 50,000 drill rappers in New York City, and it's like,
I mean,
we gotta like, some of y'all gotta,
You have to evolve.
or some of y'all gotta become electricians, like
join that local 3.
It's true. And then we're in New York, so everybody wants to be a Barbie. Everybody wants to be a rapper. Everybody wants to be.
Well, that's the gratification you get. Like, it's unfortunate, but I think it's been something for so long for people to just try and fit in. Like, whether it's with the clothes or anything, like, people is just not themselves. And I mean, there's a lot of people that's making different music out there, but it's not necessarily the most lucrative. Like, when you figure out a way to make money, it's just like, what, you know? I mean, like, if I'm making cookies, this and that, right? And I just want to just keep making cookies, this and that, I'm going to limit myself at a certain point. Like, after a while, I got to expand into other things. And I feel like there's so many kids out here that they do things that's like, they making scones out here and nobody's looking because they just want these cookies. But it's like, you got to try so much stuff. Like, I mean, if I wasn't putting, like, I do, like, exotic snacks, right? I got, like, apple pie, Kit Kats I put in my cookies. Like, if I wasn't doing that, nobody would buy them shits. If I was like, this is a regular chocolate chip, they'd be like, Levain does that, and that shit's lit. And Levain make way better chocolate chip than me, you know? Like, it's, you got to get it how you live.
That's a fact.
Tweak the auto-tune. Like, figure it out.
I feel you. So speaking of gratification, do you feel like this generation is, everybody just wants the instant gratification? Nobody wants to work no more for what it is that they...
Yeah. I mean, I think people don't realize how much reward there is in the work. You know, like, it goes to whether it's the body conversations, the music conversations, food, you know, no matter what it is, if you just get it like that, that's why I said if I got body work done, the next day I'm eating steak. But if I, like, spent a year earning that, I'm going to look twice at it. And I think there's a lot of the growth and, like, discomfort, and people are just so used to, like, trying to be comfortable. Like, the goal can't be to be comfortable. You know, it's got to be to, like, be better or be...
Go outside the box.
Exactly, yeah. The goal can't just be like, I just want to be relaxing all the time, because it's, how do you sustain that? That's what people, I think, get depressed these days, you know? So it's tough, but I mean, the same way I say with the music feedback, my opinion only matters so much. Like, you know, like, my ex is married right now. She happy as hell. Like, it just wasn't the relationship for me. It's the relationship for them. Like, I'm happy with somebody else. So not every song is meant for, you know, like, if I play K-Slay some R&B, he gonna be like, fuck this, you know, but if
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know, so it's, you gotta figure out what it is. If you an artist out there, if you somebody that's just trying to get it, you know, don't look for the instant gratification. Build something that you stand for and people's gonna get behind it, you know?
That's a good point, because I was like on another podcast a few months ago. I was like, you can't really call an artist whack no more, because, like, I might hate it, but, like, 5 million people on the other side might like it. So it's like, you gotta, like, go with the give and take with it.
Yeah, I mean, think of all the DJs. I mean, we go back even 4 or 5 years. People was like, we don't like none of this mumble rap. It's all about the bars. Now, mumble rap's the biggest shit in the world.
It is the biggest shit in the world.
Yeah,
Shout out to, who is it, Migos?
Yeah, I mean,
I can say them. Yeah, they got their own style, and, like, everyone just kind of, like, did it.
I mean, Future, Thug, Yachty, but, like, if you put Migos, Future, Thug, and Yachty next to each other, it was mumble rapping
differently.
You know, so I think it's being open to the vibes. It's not so much of just, like, what you know, but you could always learn something new. The kids like mumble rap. I didn't like the old shit. You know?
Yeah, I feel you. I also feel like they kind of, like, slandered the Migos a little bit with it, because it was like they just, like, gave them the tag, you guys are mumble rappers. And then, like, looking at their career, we started, like, going through it. Like, yo, they kind of was snapping a little bit. Like,
a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I fuck with the Migos.
Yeah, I like the Migos.
Yeah, I mean, I think Migos is fire. There's so many artists that have been able to take, like, I think what Future and Thug kind of was starting to do and just, like, reinvent it. You know, but that's the thing, is you can't be closed off to nothing. You never know. I mean, look at drill music. I mean, that came out of nowhere. And now it's the biggest shit. Everybody making drill music, but
they got, like, African drill artists. Like,
yeah,
for real, they got African drill artists. Like,
it's worldwide now.
Italian drill music. Yeah, it's like a wave. Like, it just, like, took off everything.
I would love to hear the Italian drill music.
I mean, we used to wear baggy clothes. Like, you can't say nothing's not cool if you was wearing baggy clothes. Huh?
You're Italian?
I'm half. I'm a mix of a lot of shit.
Okay. So where are you from
I was born in Queens, but I grew up like all over New York. I lived in Florida for a year. But I'm from Jackson Heights. I lived in like Long Island. I've been everywhere. I went to 5 high schools. I've seen so much shit.
Got the whole New York experience.
He don't put raisins in the potato salad, y'all. He valid.
I don't make potato salad because I'm not elite enough at that craft. Like I'll stick to the pizza, the cookies. But
I hate potato salad. So
Wait, what?
there's people that got it. There's some people make some potato salad.
I never liked potato salad.
You're not invited to my cookouts, Prez.
Which mic is his, yo? He said no potato.
What? Because I don't like potato. I never like potato salad. Like
You like potatoes?
yeah, I just don't like potato
So
salad.
you just like potato
Somebody
salad.
not mixing him up the right potato
Nah,
salad. That's
he
the
had the
problem.
right one. That's why.
Nah, it just you know what it was like at like 3. It always looked nasty to me. So like every time I see it, I got that yuck look. So I just never would have eaten it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm a bunch of mix of everything. So I'm like, I get the best of a lot of different worlds.
That's
You know?
what's up. So, what was it like for you working on Hot Name?
I mean, that was crazy. I'd like to think I'm regular as fuck. So like being anywhere around a radio station just isn't like normal to me. Like a lot of people that I worked with, they went to like broadcasting school or they kind of came up like around bigger DJs or whatever. So they kind of like, you grow up in it, like in the music world. Like I grew up in the streets. I was selling mixtapes and shit. So to be in a radio station, like it was real trippy. Especially like the first couple years. After a while, you get used to it, I guess. Like it comes kind of normal, but there's always things that are just like kind of a mind fuck that like you never get past. Like seeing certain people or hearing stories, you're like, the fuck am I doing here? Yo? But it's great. I mean, I love it. I owe a lot of my life to Hot 97. You know, they do some dope shit, so it was an interesting ride. Yeah,
That's
still
pretty dope.
we still riding.
That's pretty dope.
That's pretty dope. You ever had like a usual, not to say groupie out, like you seen somebody like, damn, like I gotta meet him, like, oh, I gotta see him. You had that moment at Hot 97?
Nobody that like I was like crazy. Like I've been starstruck like a handful of times, like certain people, but I've never had anybody that like I gotta see or meet that person. I think a lot of the times, you know, you meet people and it makes you look at the music a little differently.
Yeah.
And I think that's like the biggest thing is like I've started kind of transitioning into other genres of music just because like hip hop is just like always coming at me. But yeah, High is cool. Like I mean, I've been able to meet like I've been starstruck meeting like I've been to Stone Cold Steve Austin's house. It was crazy.
What?
Like,
Hold on.
We was just talking about wrestling.
yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin? Like,
That was the craziest of any like experience I've had. Like there was like a weekend we went to LA and like literally the second we touched down, I was with Rosenberg. Is like Stone Cold hits him on Twitter. Then he gives him his number. The next morning we're at his house like drinking
that's
Red Bulls
dope.
and chilling. Like it was that was
he
crazy.
didn't give you a beer? Like, what?
Nah, he wasn't. Yo, that man was drinking mad Red Bull, bro.
Dang,
He had a fridge full of Red Bull.
What, he was trying to get y'all wings?
He was. He played with a knife the whole time Rosenberg was interviewing him. He had like a little switchblade.
Really?
It was crazy. But we in his living room, and Stone Cold got all this cool shit. He got like a Got Milk Stone Cold poster, like all this crazy wrestling stuff. A can of whoop ass, like
Like, I would have been in there looking for a title. Like, yo, I need a picture with the belt.
yeah, right. It's crazy,
I need a
bro.
picture with the belt.
So Stone Cold is crazy.
That's crazy. Just being in Stone Cold's house drinking mad Red Bull. Is
Right.
insane.
Yeah, just watching Rosenberg do like a crazy interview with him. I mean, meeting like Kanye was trippy, 50, Jay-Z, like all that is very kind of like, all
You
right.
live an interesting life.
Yo, well, all the time I'm doing this, I'm working at like Sleepy's too. This wasn't like, yeah, so that was the
Sleepy's
crazy
mattresses?
shit.
Sleepy's?
Yeah, I used to work on 125 at Sleepy's on Clayton Powell, like above Verizon over there. And I will be at Sleepy's like most of the day. I leave at like 9 o'clock, pick up Rosenberg, and then we drive around and do all these events. And I go back to like, I was a barber, I was cutting hair on the side, I was working a pharmacy, pizzerias. So I'm like doing regular jobs, but then like at nighttime I'm meeting like random people, you know? So it was like trippy because I'm still in the real world, and that's like not the real world at that time, you know?
Or you could just be at work like, yo, look who I was with last night. Like,
well, people at work knew. They've seen me on Instagram. They'd be like, the fuck you doing?
I'd be like, what the fuck you still at this job for? I'd be just blockhead.
Yeah, well, people don't realize you don't make real money in the music industry. Like, it's not like another job where you're going to have like levels to the salary. It's like you either got it or you don't. There's no in between.
It's a fact.
You know, so, I mean, I was not somebody that had it. Like, I was definitely still doing all these jobs to make money and then just, like, living that. But it's crazy, man. It's real trippy, like, some of the experiences for sure. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff.
You give me hope. That's all I want to say at that point. I'm a person, you know, I'm multi-talented. I can do a lot of things. And people always like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. Whatever the case may be. And it's like, so I like the fact that when you came in and you was like, gotta have multiple streams of income. I'm trying to tell people, like, it's nothing wrong with getting money more than one way.
Right. Yeah. You know? I mean, I learned the hard way, like, too, you know. I wasn't always like that. And,
you know, my older sister, she's like my mom because my mom passed away. And she's always like, I don't have a problem with you chasing your passion and your dreams, but please go get a fucking job. Like, and after I, like, evaluated everything, I'm like, okay, she makes sense. So now this is what I tell people who are, like, aspiring artists or whatever. So what would you say to those who don't want to work a 9 to 5? Excuse me slurring, y'all. What would you say to those type of people?
I mean, do it. I didn't want to work no 9 to 5s. I had like 5 of them. Like, I think people don't give it credit. Like, it's the same way. I mean, I didn't go to school, but I think that was a mistake that I made. Like, I dropped out of school 3 times, and the thing that I learned in retrospect that you get out of school isn't the education, but you meet mad people. So it's not so much of like the 9 to 5 is taking you away from your goals or whatever. But like, I mean, same thing with sleep. People be proud as hell not to sleep ever. But like, sleep got to be part of the job too. Like, you sharper if you get a good amount of sleep. You're more effective. You have more energy. So it's the same thing with that 9 to 5. Like, if I wasn't living at Sleepy's, literally like sleeping there, and I wouldn't have made money to pay for a car that would have put gas in it that I could have drove Rosenberg around for free. You know, and I think if you had all these jobs, I mean, fast forward, I'm making more money off cookies and pizza than I made ever off music. And that's because I worked 9 to 5 jobs that I learned about pizza and I learned about food, that it applies. And now my customers are all from the music industry. Like, I got more people from the music industry to support the cookies than support interviews. It just happened like that.
Yeah.
But if I was just strictly music industry and said, I'm not doing pizza, I'm focused on music, I'm not doing cookies, I'd be here right now with no music job, complaining about how I put all this time. So I think you just got to get it how you live. Like,
facts.
You know?
Factory?
Yeah.
Factory? I'm getting old.
People say factory.
Big old factory.
Yeah.
That's what people say. Nah, I still say facts.
You from the Bronx and you don't know factory?
Nah, I say facts. I say facts. That fact. Nah, because it's like it don't sound right to me. Like fact. Like, all right, whatever. Like
factory setting. Factory.
It's a factory of facts.
I just love how humble you are, though. Like, to come from a background that you come from, and sitting here with you, it's like, wow.
Whoa.
Like, I'm
Lights out. I appreciate it. I mean, I don't give any of this stuff like too much energy. Like, I feel that you just kind of gotta be in your world and just attract good things. And like, I always was chasing, like, especially in radio, like working there, like I was so invested in like, well, I'm gonna just put the time in and it's gonna come. Right. And I learned in the long run. That's why I say try all these different things, because it's like the streams of income don't come from setting up streams of income. It comes from you trying a bunch of things, and if you try 10 things and 4 of them work, there's your 4 streams of income. It doesn't come from like, I have nothing, let me build 1, build 2, build 3. You're gonna build 10 of them, and if 4 of them work, there's your multiple streams.
Yeah, that's
you know,
a fact.
I think people don't realize that. They just think like, oh well, I don't have money to start one, but once I start one, then I'll just in a month do the other 3. Like, nah, just grind it out. Like, I still be cutting hair. Like, I still do haircuts.
Oh, you the GOAT. So to all you people who be like, Poshii, oh my gosh, you want to be a wardrobe stylist? You want to do a podcast? You want to be a clothing designer? You heard it from a legend himself.
Just do it, bro.
Do it.
Yeah. I mean, I was like cutting hair in the trenches, straight up, just like Nike. This is a good, I'm going to tell y'all a crazy story. It's a great transition. with the haircuts, I was working at a shop in Brooklyn. I knew I didn't want to be a barber. Like, I had been around like people that do that forever, and it was like a side hustle, but it was never like a passion. I see people that love that shit, but I like put the time in. I'm like, I gotta get good if I'm working around all these people. So I would like show up a little earlier. Like, my boss at the barbershop's like, yo, I'm gonna open at 11. If you want to open at 9, come in. You'll have 2 hours. Nobody's here. You pick up some cuts. So I started doing that like a long time ago, knowing that it wasn't about being a barber, but I'm like, I'm gonna do this 2 hours, and then after a while, it'll be one person comes this week, and then next week, and people start seeing we open earlier, the morning will get busy, and that's what happened. But then when I started Hot 97, I stopped cutting hair at the shop. I didn't cut hair for like months. And then when Nessa started working there, she said Colin Kaepernick, her and Kaepernick been together for a minute, he needed a haircut. So I know how to cut hair. I ended up cutting Colin Kaepernick's hair for like damn near 2 years for the Nike campaign, for Met Gala.
That's dope.
Just off a random ass skill that I didn't even want to pursue. And then fast forward, you know, I'm not the nicest barber. Like, I'm good, but like I have friends that really live that. I linked one of my best friends with him. He's still cutting his hair, and it's like this dude lives to cut hair, and he's cutting one of the most iconic people in the world.
Yeah, that's dope.
Like,
that's dope.
So I don't feel good doing haircuts, but it feels good to put my friends on. And so you never know what's gonna come from doing shit. Just do what you gotta do, you know?
Y'all heard it, folks, from the legend himself. They gonna be like, why she keep saying legend? He's so humble, so I have to remind him that you may not see it, but I see it, he may see it, she may see it.
No, I appreciate y'all, for real.
It's the production man, Kenny with the camera. He might see it. You know, like, because you never know how other people look at you. Like, even for me, I'm just a regular person, but all my friends be like, oh, Poshii, you so humble. And I'm a hood celebrity and all of this. And I'll be like, what are y'all talking about? Like,
being humble.
You know, the being humble. So it's like, what they see in me, I'm seeing in him.
No, I appreciate it.
You know, I'm glad you came and you sat with us. So I feel special.
That's love.
You know, but that's pretty interesting, like how you evolved from the whole selling mixtapes
to being a barber to
y'all. He drove Rosenberg around for free.
Yeah, a lot of people. I mean, I think that's the thing is at the end of the day, like the goal has never been to make money. Like there's so many other things to make money off of. Like that's way quicker. Like everybody wants to rap and make money and come up in sports, but it's like that's the most competitive shit. So find something that's not competitive at all. You'll make money like that, you know? Like,
especially like sports. You know how hard it is to make the NBA, MLB, football, and it's like the ways that you got to get your money. Like for baseball, you got to go to the minors. Then you don't get paid after 6 years. So yeah, just shit like that is just crazy. And
you could figure out a million other things. Whether you're an athlete, you know how much business there is around like an athlete outside of just playing the sport.
Just getting your endorsements and shit. Yeah.
I think just recently seen. You got something to say? Go ahead.
No, investment and real estate. Looking into that too, and people should look into, investing in multi-family, complexes or commercial.
Thanks. Especially now, like the real estate is if you don't get it now, you're not even gonna have an opportunity to get it later. But there's a million ways to start. You could go on Robinhood with $5 and play around with Dogecoin and learn about stocks and investing in crypto. And I mean, you just gotta do it, yo. Like you can't just be down. Like the attitude got to be more positive and forward.
Yeah.
Which even for me, that was super tough. I figured this out like 2 years ago. Before that, I was negative as shit. Like stopping my own blessings.
You would never think though that.
Hell yeah.
You would never think he's a negative person.
I internalized it. I was like depressed, like low key at Hot. I was super depressed at a certain point because like I was working nights. I've been on nights 4 years. I'm working around people that's like, that I really looked up to my whole life that now is looking at me like we competing with each other, which sucked, So it's like all those little things, they add up. And if your mentality isn't really what I've been able to build it to now, it was very like, well, F this person instead of like, how do I work around that? Or like, this isn't fair instead of like, life's not fair. How do we overcome? Like, so I think that mentality of like, if you somebody that's on your couch and you're like, I don't know what to do. Like, oh, he say this and that, but he got Rosenberg. Like, I met Rosenberg DMing over and over and over again, running into in person, asking if he wants a haircut, asking if I could help drive. Like, So you got to create like all that, because I really got it. I was in a group home for fucking 2 years doing nothing. Like,
Hey, what group home you was in?
In Long Island. It was in like Center Reach. It's called 100 Horse Block Road. But I was in there for like 2 years. When I was a kid, I got mad trouble. Like when I was selling tapes and shit, but I was robbing people. Yeah, bad.
What's crazy is that not a lot of people's gonna like put that effort in just to like DM him or like ask to drive, ask to give him a haircut. A lot of people, like especially New Yorkers will be mad arrogant and block their blessings. Be like, yo, after like the third DM, they be like, man, fuck out of here. Be mad Hollywood. I'm not doing all that shit. All the shit New Yorkers say. Like,
do it. That's why y'all is at an office watching this interview. No cap.
That's a fact. Mike is like unemployment. I was ready, willing, and able.
Yeah, you gotta be. Yo, you gotta be.
You said ready, willing, and able.
No.
He was ready, willing, and able, y'all.
Yo, well, I just want to eat.
Shit,
that's a fact, though. You're gonna do. You know, I don't knock people for what they do. And I definitely am a get it how you get it by any means necessary. So I agree with, you know, the whole, what you're saying and, you know, do this, do that, don't. I'm glad that they can hear it from someone like you in your perspective.
Thanks, yo.
And to not just, you know, because I think a lot of the times this is what happens. When people go industry, they forget where they come from.
Yeah.
I've been there too.
You didn't forget where you come from.
I've been there.
Oh, so you've been
Oh,
there.
for
So
sure.
you know. You feel me? Like,
I got super lost with this industry shit. Like,
Yeah.
Back to Hollywood, you was buying chains and
well,
shit.
nah. I've never been lost in that, but like just in the lifestyle of it. Like, I think a big part to why there's any success for anybody is like you see what you want. You know, like whether even if you're in the streets and you don't see like the rich guy that's in like Long Island suburb driving a Bentley, you're gonna see a Bentley in a magazine or on TV or some shit. Yeah. So it's like when you can see kind of what you want, you know, and you get to a point where you're around it all the time, it's easy to get comfortable. And I think that's where I was at too. I dated a girl who's in the industry. I'm like flying all over the place. You forget like that the roots is what keep you.
so do you believe in like the whole 48 laws of power and manifestation?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've learned to, like, I was very negative on that too. I was like, fuck TED Talks, fuck this manifesting where I'm gonna just magically just talk myself into. I was like, it's really hard to be open to that shit.
Yeah,
like,
I was there too, man. Yeah, but some of the manifestation shit, like some of the people that talk about it be bullshitting, but I believe in it. But I believe there's people that be bullshitting with some of the shit they be saying.
No, some do definitely bullshit because I feel like we live in a generation where everything is trending.
Yeah.
So people take things and run with it instead of doing the actual research. And
well, it's all bullshit. Like, I mean, like at the end of the day, we don't know shit. Like, if anybody that thinks they know shit, like we on a fucking this rock that we on, all of us is spinning 1,000 miles an hour through space. That's a fact. So we don't know shit, and I think. The sooner you realize that, like, I've always, when it comes to faith at least, like, I've never been somebody, I'm very practical. I don't know about God or anything. I don't know what the fuck goes on, but I just learned.
You just learned something.
Well, it's easier to just blindly believe in the shit and just keep that level frame of mind than to always be like, well, like skeptical. Like, that skepticism isn't going to get solved. It's not going to resolve. So you just distracting yourself from other things. By just not letting be, like, you know, like I can't say I believe in the manifesting and this and that, but you know, I think if I put good energy out there, good energy comes back, and it's like I'll leave it at that. I don't need to know.
Yeah, I'm there with you. Where it's like, I'm gonna just put the best foot forward, all the good energy out there, and hope it comes back.
I see it. Like, I mean, I haven't told nobody. Y'all be the first ones I really tell, like, publicly. But even with Hot 97, they let me go 2 years ago when I was in a bad place with a negative mentality, all this shit. And for that 2 years, like, it starts off with, like, well, fuck them. Then, like, a couple months in, it's like, well, I'm not getting anywhere. Then the quarantine hit, which, like, everything stopped music-wise. So then you just like, well, I got to do something. And you realize that bitterness it's not adding to your future. It's just keeping you in the past.
Yeah, just holding you back.
But fast forward, you know, changing the attitude. Now I'll be talking to Hot 97 like every week. They be texting me and we're trying to figure some shit out. But like, I think even the dialogue is even there because they keep following me. And it's like, instead of being 2 years now, like, well, going out there, you've been talking shit about us. I'm just like, I leave it alone, and the energy is positive, and I'm attracting it back. And now we talking on the terms that I wish we could have talked on then, but if we had talked on then, I wouldn't be ready for it.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
I think
So trust the timing, too.
everybody's unique. There's a blessing over people's lives. You know, once you stay humble, you get blessed.
Yeah, well,
That's what you did.
stay to knowing that you don't know. Like, if I'm the coolest person ever here, that's great. But like, I might be the biggest fucking loser somewhere else. Like, in the next life or whatever it is. So
Going back to the whole facts, because we always talk about this shit, right?
Yeah.
it's real shit.
Girls be ran the fuck through and whatever. I'm sorry I'm banging y'all, but girls be like, we was just talking about this. So it's like girls be ran the fuck through. They leave from the hood and try to go be pious. No, because somebody told me this. Like, I have girls that moved upstate because of their reputation down in the city. So they move upstate thinking, oh, I got a clean slate. But then little name, bloop, bloop. It's like, nah, motherfucker. That reputation gonna catch up.
You the same person doing the same shit.
Like, so
you gotta really be open to like what everybody else could be doing. Like, it doesn't matter what people think, but you have to understand like that you don't have the answers. I think once you realize you don't have the answers and you could just approach life with like a best foot forward mentality instead of like the I know, but like more so I could find out, like that shit really changes everything. Like people that's like, I don't want to watch fucking any videos on YouTube about like a TED Talk or whatever. Like, the same way I was. I don't want to be open to manifest. I don't want to, I'm going to start learning about real estate when I have money. Like, all right, then you're going to get money and fuck your money up because you didn't learn now. Yeah. So it's the same shit with regular personal life.
So when you started getting money, what you was doing?
I still don't got money. What you think this is? You think I'm getting money?
I
don't own a house.
All right,
I
you're going
lease
to
a
talk
car.
off the record because I feel like you're trying to beat me in my head.
Nah, it's
you
real
too smart.
shit.
I can see it.
Well,
so.
I have money that's like tied up in a bunch of shit. Like, I got some stock, but I don't have no fucking money out here. I don't see me dripping in chains. I'm wearing Macy's watch. Like, I'm not out here on some.
Nah, you get into the chicken, but
No, you get into it.
I'm on the like tail end of like pay now, play later. Like, like I still
He said he got that Klarna and Afterpay, y'all.
Nah. It's like he's getting to it, but he still like pays the past due on his bills.
Well, even for artists, even if you're not Drake, right? Like, if you're not like somebody that's established, like that man just bought the plane. Like, I think at the end of the day, if you're an artist or somebody, if you're not reinvesting that money, like, you better off living in an apartment and owning the house and renting it out until it's paid off. True. And like that's definitely one thing I learned, because I could make all this money, but it's 90% of the money that comes in from cookies goes back to advertising cookies and promoting and making more. And same with music. 90% of the time, like, I'm just running around doing this shit. I don't get paid to do everything, but it's like I get to reach and talk to more people. So. I think if the money comes down the line, I'm going to be happier with it in my 40s than I am ever. Than I see kids with all this money, they fuck it all up.
This is true. But you still can't pull a fast one over me. Shout out to DMX, may he rest. This man was a multi-millionaire, but DMX was still with his construction. Yes. He didn't do the whole flashy car, flashy life type thing. Yeah. So, but...
I mean, if it's for you, you're going to figure out how to make money off that. Yeah. Look at Cardi's out here buying all this designer shit, but she gets paid to wear all of it, too. So I think figure out what to put your money in. Like, I put my money to food more than chains. I just seen Juicy J posted he invested into, like, some $2 million energy company instead of into, like, a watch, whatever. That came out this morning. Like, little things like that, instead of Googling... like whatever diamonds, learning about diamonds, unless you're gonna be a jeweler, Google how to invest my money on how to invest in jewelry instead of how to buy.
So the other day in Shade Room, Alexis Sky, it's funny you said that, because Alexis Sky had posted a watch, and shout out to my people. And when I say my people, I'm talking minorities. So it don't matter if you black, white, Hispanic, whatever you want to identify as. We're just talking about minorities as a whole. She's in the position, she would have watched for her birthday, and Delicious from Flavor Fave made a comment like, I'm sick of us, because that's my mentality. I grew up spoiled, neither here nor there, but I used to be into all this designer shit because that's all I knew because of how I was raised. And it took for somebody to tap me on my shoulder and say, listen, you keep making these people rich, They own the islands and villas and this and that. But you still right here, wherever you at. And so basically, Delicious was saying something in a circumference to that. Like, can we stop investing into... she bought a Richard Mille watch. That's what it was.
Okay.
So it was like, can we stop investing into buying these Richard Milles and the this and the that? I'm pretty sure, a black-owned watch company somewhere. But I like to say minority because I don't want to go into the whole thing.
I got you.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And it's like, y'all keep giving these people y'all money, but then you bought this Richard Mille watch. Tomorrow, your ass might get evicted from where you live.
Mind you,
shit.
these people...
That be happening, though.
Like,
they not successful off rap and playing sports either. These guys are successful off starting stores and selling jewelry or whatever. So just keep that in mind too. It's like a lot of these people that y'all is trying to live like is not trying to be in the public eye either. They try to be about their business.
That's a fact. I met Jeff Hoffman, if you guys are familiar with Jeff Hoffman. He actually was the owner of Priceline, and he sold it.
Really?
Yeah.
And
wow.
He's a billionaire. I was so disgusted, y'all, when I met this man, because it was like the whole Walmart look. He's a fucking billionaire.
It's real shit.
But you don't know he could walk the streets comfortably,
Chilling.
no bodyguard, no nothing. Him and his girlfriend, and it's like,
you don't wear his
he
money.
over here doing all this extra shit.
Y'all want to be the baby.
It be dudes with like 5-6 chains on, but got like they in debt, and then you'll see
living in their mama house.
Yeah, you'll see a dude that be a whole billionaire, and he might own like 3 pairs of shoes. Like,
What y'all think about Jeff Bezos going to space?
Nah.
he bored.
It's
like,
bullshit, yo. That we
He
paying
doing rich
these-
nigga shit, and I'm a mom.
We're paying for it.
fake black poor people business.
We is paying for all of these billionaires,
Every
yo.
time you order something on Prime, is help funding. Like,
Not just that, the tax breaks they get on
That's
Amazon,
true,
bro. This
yeah.
dude, where you think they getting $100 million to send a ship? They paying 0 taxes.
On
We
nothing,
paying
yeah.
for them to go to space.
Yeah, that's
No
a fact.
cap. It's
That's a fact.
disgusting, yo.
I need my package in 2 days.
1 hour if you go to space. I need that package before I even order it. Like, that's the problem, though, is that everybody's trying to perpetuate the aesthetic and not actually just get in tune. I think like the more mature you get and the older you get, a lot of people just want to be left the fuck alone.
be
Like,
comfortable.
especially
I ain't
people that
gonna
got it.
Especially me now. It's like how like people like they gotta get drip. I'm like, yo, I just need like joggers and shit. You can be sweatpants. I want to be comfortable. Like, I don't need to wear it. Like,
I've been in way nicer rooms than a lot of people in the bummy and shit. Like,
yeah,
it
like, I just
don't-
want to be comfortable. Like,
You know,
that's why I hate the club scene. Like, y'all gotta go find an actual like decent pair of jeans or something to dress up in.
Yeah,
Can I talk
don't-
about Alexis Sky, like about her watch? She could spend whatever she want, but nobody talks about her business, the Sea Scrub. She have that and she have other stuff that people don't know about investing.
okay.
I mean, I don't know. I don't follow her. It's like so strictly, but
Yeah.
I know if she should,
That's what I mean.
if she has the business, is the fact that people talk more about she's Alexis Sky and she in the mix and she got this and that. Then because I didn't even know she had a business. Like I love that. That makes me like her more.
And
Yeah.
Sweetie,
That's
too.
dope.
Show
I
that
like
off.
Sweetie.
Yeah,
I think
Sweetie's
about-
cool. I fuck with Sweetie. I mean, there's a lot of people that's out here getting to it, you know, and it's nothing but respect for them. I just think if you're gonna get to it with the intention of like I could come on here and like y'all know I was the first one to interview so and so, or come in here dripped up, and it doesn't really, you know, like I think the only way to really resonate with people is just like let them know what's real. If you really bought that watch off of whatever, having a company, and not off of being this. Be like, fuck that personality shit. Like, I started a company, and it's, whether I'm Alexis Sky or not, you know, obviously it adds to the sales. But even not being Alexis Sky, you could start a company and you could build just off good product. Like,
Yeah, that's a fact.
you know, tell people that. Like,
I'm gonna say this again. He gave me hope.
well, nah, I
No,
say,
for real.
what's
No,
delicious
because
name?
the stuff that you're saying, we can talk about that off air, but it's like, Prez knows, so I'm just sitting here like,
Well,
good God,
what's
like,
that chick
this
that's criticizing Alexis Sky? You said Delicious or
delicious.
Delicious.
so Delicious. She could say all that shit if she doing something.
Yeah, she
you know,
she putting the work in.
if-
Yeah.
if
she
you
not,
know
it's
the-
like you just on
Yeah.
shade room commenting. Like,
can't
See,
say
that's
shit.
another thing that I hate though. When people want to criticize, like I get where Delicious was coming from, but you started out as
And you're
whatever
still
on
known as
Flavor of
that.
Love,
And you're still known as that.
Delicious.
You feel me? So I kind of get it. Like, don't speak on what you're not doing.
Evolve, bro.
We're in an industry where you have to be able to take constructive criticism. So I kind of get it, but a lot of people do just be talking just to talk, and they don't realize their teeth is a prison for their mouth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
straight up.
So like with the Cardi B, she's spending all this money on her daughter culture. All right, she could do whatever she want to do. That's her daughter. At the end of the day, but what y'all think about it?
Okay. Yeah. My opinion, my thing is this: do what you want, do what you can afford, do what you feel comfortable doing. I'm a person where if I have 100 Birkins, the world don't gotta know I got 100 Birkins. That's between me and whoever I get my money from. You feel me? Like, and not in that sense, but more so where I'm swiping my cards at. That's more so what I mean. I think, you know, a lot of the times, and I get it, people do things for motivational purposes only. But I believe in there's a thing as the evil eye. Why do stuff to attract more envy and jealousy and
superficial shit?
All this superficial shit. You feel me? Like, it's easy. We on a podcast. I can have a makeup artist come do my makeup, beat me to the nines and look like a whole nother motherfucking species and shit. But it's like, what is the sense of it? Because it's not realistic.
Right.
Yeah, that's
So I think when it comes to that, it's like, do what you do, but just...
Well, nothing is as it seems. Like, it's at the same time, you know, you come in here all dialed up and everybody else dressed regular, you gonna look crazy. So have the foresight to think, like, you know, because that's my thing with Cardi B is, like, I love Cardi and I'm all for, like, you raise your kids how you want to raise your kids. But me personally, like, it's just studying people and, like, all that. I watched a documentary about, like, the Kennedys. They was talking about, like, John F. Kennedy and all them. They made them work in factories and didn't give them shit. And, like, that's how they really, like, because they asked the grandmother, how did they breed politicians? They're like, how do y'all, your whole family's politicians? She's like, we didn't let them know we had money. We put them to work. And so that's how I feel like I've learned, too, is, like, I didn't fuck up because I didn't have an opportunity to fuck up. I didn't have a house. If I fucked up rent, I don't live somewhere. If I fucked up with the bag, I don't have food. My friends that could afford to fuck up is still out here fucking up, you know? And even if they got their jobs, they slaves to their jobs, and they not, and you have less and less time because family comes in and responsibilities to that 5 hours you can spend on your goals after school turn into 2 hours, turn into 1 hour, turn into I'm working 9 in the morning till 9 at night. And I think at the end of the day, like for Cardi at least, is I hope culture gets to a point where she's like figuring out how to make this a career and not just like my mom's Cardi. Like I hope Khaled's kid is like becomes a producer from being around the studio. Yeah. You know, like Drake's kid. It looks like Drake's getting his kid ready to play basketball. Like you know, and I hope that they hold him to it. That it's not just like, oh, you missed that shot, but it's cool. Your dad's Drake.
Yeah.
Kids ready for the future.
Yeah, like you got to prep these kids because they attitudes. I mean, you look at adults, you could see the kind of kids they were, and like a lot of them is just like spoiled attitude. Like I'm like, I don't want to meet this Karen in 20 years.
What's funny though?
I'm not a Karen though, but I'm guilty of like
Karen.
And it's funny that you're saying that because a lot of the times people be like, oh, your family got bread, and it's like I do my own thing because. If I sit there and I'm constantly, like even my sister now, she's like my mother because my mother died, and she be trying to break me out of this whole spoiled brat thing. And now when you're saying it, it really make me sit here, think and reflect because it's like, yo, if I can constantly...
Your energy's worth more than your bread.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm never gonna grow the fuck up, or I'm never, because it's gonna be that, oh, I could just go to my, you know, and hey, like, you know, like, I kind of get what you're saying. Like, it makes perfect sense. There was somebody back in the day, he's an Asian dude, I forgot his name, he was on MTV, and people was bashing him because the father had money, but the father made them get out and go to work. And was like, I work for this. You ain't work for this, so you think I'm just going to work for this money and I'm just going to die and pass it on to you? So I get what you're saying. Like, it's actually a good concept that stop producing lazy children, basically.
What I also found funny is when like celebrities buy their kids like Balenciagas, Yeezys, and like they do some kid shit with it and get mad. It's like, yo, he's a kid. Like, yo, like at 3, like, yo, you just want to go play and shit. Like, yo, buying your kid like Balenciagas, Yeezys, and then he sees like a water sprinkler or he sees some dirt and he runs through it and fucks it up, and you be like, it's like, yo, he's a kid. Like you don't think about shit like that. So I do think that I hope that y'all like not to say spoil your kids, but like provide kids the lives you didn't have, but at the same time just remember that they're kids. Like
teach them humility and teach them
that material things.
And how much money
word. If I had kids and I'm a billionaire and he want fucking Batman sneakers, he's getting fucking Batman sneakers because he's a kid. That's what he want. Like,
I mean, if I'm a billionaire, I don't care what you want. It's like at that point, if you want Batman sneakers, I'm gonna get you a sneaker creator. Like you gonna learn how to make sneakers with this money. Fuck out of here. Like you got $1,000 class on how to make sneakers. Like fuck that.
I like that.
Y'all better learn this shit.
I definitely like that mindset. So,
because I never had just real quick to let y'all fucking know, like for real, like I never had no opportunity, no shit. Nobody helped me with nothing. So it's like I really had to learn everything like step by step by myself from YouTube, hands on. And fast forward, like I think so many people that growing up before I learned that, like I wanted to fit in with, that had the money or that went to certain places or had the girls, whatever. All these kids that can't get access to a lot of places I could go just because you could be a doctor, you can't buy backstage passes to shit, you buy front row, but you can't recreate experiences, like you can't hang out in certain rooms and have conversation with certain people, off the money. I really think the energy is so much more valuable than the money. Right. It attracts the money, it keeps it moving, like the energy, if you could get your energy right, that's everything.
So you are what you attract.
Everything. Yeah. I mean, if you out here and you in fashion, again, it's like if you're gonna spend money on that, people see when you really bout it. And like, look at fucking Ian Connor set more of a tone in Skechers than a lot of these kids did in the Bape sneakers or whatever, or they Dolces. So even if you're in the fashion world and you buy all the fly shit, it's how you style it. Like if you're not bout it, you fucked. Right. Period. Like be bout what you doing.
Didn't we just have this conversation though, where I was like, you don't have to broadcast what you do and certain shit because people are gonna tell regardless. So it was like these people went, I'm a real nigga. Nigga, we can see if you're a real nigga or not. You gotta tell us that.
You're not the realest.
I be telling my mans that when you do that dumb shit. It's like fair. I know I can see through you. Like I know you. Like
he said I can see
like it's like no one's buying it. So it's like you just sit online telling niggas you're a real nigga, but it's like we all know it's not. Like you don't have to say it. If you real, you don't gotta say it.
You real, you don't even want to be seen. Like if you really about that shit, like you don't even want to be nowhere. Like I know people is really like crazy. It's like don't get me on your phone. Don't fucking record nothing. And who's gonna be at this place? I don't want to see nobody. Like it's no matter what you do, you gotta be about it, bro. Like you gotta live the shit. And especially in New York, somebody gonna G-check you so quick.
So what do you feel about, like I know a lot of up-and-coming artists, I'm not gonna say no names, but I know a couple who do the whole fake it till you make it lifestyle thing. What do you feel about that?
I mean, it's if you finessing is one thing. Like I always say, I compare it to like drug dealing. Like everybody's like drug dealing is bad. Like drug dealing is bad if you're doing it to buy sneakers, but if you're doing it to like get yourself through school and feed yourself and and you know when to cut it off because you're fed and you got the degree or whatever it is that you're trying to do, then you could kind of justify it. So I think it's the same thing with the fake it till you make it. Like I can't front, like for sure I've definitely like had people let on in the sense of like they think I'm doing more than I'm doing, or like I don't believe in lying, but it's like if you don't say something and people want to jump to a conclusion, let them think.
Let them think, okay.
And like there was a long time that I wasn't posting at Sleepy's, that I was just posting with artists, and all these people that I went to school, I went 5 high schools, they all like, oh, he at High 97, he working with artists. They don't know him at Sleepy's. Yeah. And it's like, in retrospect, I probably could have shared a little more of it, but I don't know if the energy would have been the same. So, you know, there's a way to go about it, I think, to achieve the goal, but it's like you don't ever want to compromise your integrity.
No, you don't.
Like, you don't want to be a fake person. Like, if you gotta, like, fake a little bit, like, there's so much bullshit out here that, like, some conversations you might have to be a little nicer, that you're not feeling it, or you got to dress a certain way to go to a party so that you can meet people that you're trying to, like, learn from or connect with, but, like, don't lose yourself in that fake shit.
Yeah.
Don't let it, like, don't fake it to be, like, don't let that fake version become you. You know?
To my children who are always, Mom, you're a wardrobe stylist. You know you could dress. I'm a person. I walk around here looking like, what the fuck? I don't give a fuck because I ain't paying my bills, right?
Yeah, finesse it till you make
and
it.
my kids tell me, Mom, but you have to dress a certain kind of way so you can. And it's like, bro, if people fuck with you, they fuck with you.
That's a fact.
It's
Yeah.
balance.
So my children, y'all heard what he said, right? So just because y'all feel like I'm a wardrobe stylist and I'm this and I'm that, I don't gotta walk around here look like a Hollywood bitch because at the end of the day, I'm not a Hollywood bitch, okay?
It's balance. Like not for nothing, when the podcast is blowing up and y'all get invited to like a Met Gala, you want to.
That's different.
You know, like
Yeah.
you want to find balance in it. It
That's
might,
different.
you know. So that's the thing is, it's not. You don't ever want to be fake, but you could finesse a little bit till you make it. Just because we live in a social media world, like that's just how, you know. And it's sad because in a perfect world, I really wish it wasn't like that. Like it hit me hard when I learned that it's like that because I can't say I ever spent any money like artists that buy looks and I buy followers and buy shout outs. I never done any of that. And I hit a wall at a certain point. Like I'm doing big interviews and they're not getting seen because the competition's spending money on buying ads
And shit like that.
and
yeah.
at a certain point, like it's unfortunate, but you have to have a budget to run ads. You have to have, you know, but it is up to you if you're paying somebody else to run them for you, or if you learn it. So it's, you know, at the end of the day, I think it is disingenuous to be forcing content through ads, but it's also the nature of the beast. So it's part of like, all right, I guess you got to be a little bit down with the bullshit, but like.
Sometimes you got to play the game to win. You feel me? Yeah.
But if it gets to a point where it's unmanageable for like the mental health, I'd rather just not do interviews.
That's a fact.
You
That's
know,
a fact.
like I'd rather just not do it, and then I'm the fuck giving Google and YouTube money and all this, and I'll just go do something else. You know, like you gotta find that in yourself.
So, where can the people find you at?
Hip Hop Mike on everything.
On everything?
Yeah, at Hip Hop MIKE. Cookie Chemist Co. is the cookie company, but even that's linked to Hip Hop Mike on everything.
Any shout outs you want to give before you let you go?
Yeah, shout out Rosenberg, shout out y'all, shout out PO at High 97. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit's about to be happening out here, so I'm excited. I'm just like looking forward to seeing everybody that's been around for the past 2 years, you know.
They bring you out at Summer Jam?
I don't know, you gotta talk to them and see what's up.
So speaking of Summer Jam, do we have to have the vaccination to go?
I have no
You
idea.
got a personal question.
I currently.
I want to go not because of I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not going to see the artist perform. I'm going to fucking network. But if you want
see
something,
my
you gotta
Nicki
have the
Minaj.
vaccination. Then I ain't going. I'll catch out another
I
event.
feel you.
But
I'm not
like,
vaccinated, but on the record, I'm not. I don't work at High 97 right now, so I have no idea what's going on with Summer
Okay.
Jam or anything.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll be working at High 97 for something. I don't know what goes on.
I think High 97 is gonna be in your future.
Let him in.
I don't know. We'll see what's up.
I gotta let my boy back in because he ain't even do nothing wrong. Okay.
I'm chilling. Like either way, that's again the thing. Like I really think either way, I'm just in such a good place that I don't give a fuck. It'd be to their dismay not working something out versus like it affected me. Like and I love like that shit makes me so happy because like shout out to everybody on that tip because there's so many people that could have stopped messing with me after radio, and it's like a lot of people that rocked with me is like they about to
Still rocking with you.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So you freestyle?
Do I freestyle? No. Nah.
She like they call him hip
Y'all
hop
want,
Mike.
yeah, I want to hear something.
There's so many people like it's even with that it's like I don't do nothing like I tell people I don't even DJ, right? Like I barely DJ. Like I know how to mess with turntables, but I'm not a DJ at all.
What did you do at High 97?
I play music and talk shit. That's what I do good. I pressed the button. I ran the
talk
boards.
shit,
I helped. I found a lot of artists. Like I did interviews, but like even like again, I could DJ. Like I could call myself a DJ and get credit as it. I could do all that, and nobody would question shit.
Right.
But it's just the morally like I'm around people like Camilo and Slay and Rosenberg and Flex, and there's just so many people that live that shit that they really really bout it to the point where it's like I'm not gonna say that I'm a DJ and then go and get next to somebody that's really like could drop needles and and I don't love it enough to get to the point where I'm gonna even wanna like I don't love DJing like Slay loves DJing that I'm gonna like put in the work to get as good like so it's just instead of distracting myself with it I'll let it go. Like I learned I'll leave it off on this. This is the last thing I'm gonna ramble on about, but I read something about Warren Buffett. He said, make a list of 25 things that you want to do. Right. And then he's like, circle the first 5, and the last 20 are things you should never do. He's like, don't ever do those 20 things because they distracting you from the 5 things
that you want to do.
And
smart.
DJing was probably number 7, 6 on my list. Like, so it's like I was messing around with it, but I was giving more attention to that than the first 5. Yeah, go ahead. Nah, my fault. I'll be chatting like professionally.
No, in all honesty, it's like I'm sitting here. I know you like, wow, because I'm trying to.
I can chill y'all all day.
I'm looking for his cue when it's like wrapping up.
My fault.
You know, no, it's not you. It's not you. Not you at all. And we definitely can sit here and ramble all day. You know, this is 2 Peas in the Pod, first episode. And thankful to have the legend, I'm going to say it again, Hip Hop Mike on with us. You know, this is very, like, I'm not a groupie, but I kind of get like the groupie vibe.
The groupie vibe?
Because it's like, oh my gosh, Hip Hop Mike was on my first episode.
Oh my gosh.
Like, you know, and like I said, you're giving me hope. You definitely have me sitting here thinking and contemplating a lot of things. I definitely appreciate you coming through.
I appreciate y'all giving me any platform. Shit. I love having conversations like this because they don't happen enough.
Exactly. And that's my thing. Where I was saying earlier, like, people who are watching us, we just want to give y'all something that y'all can relate to. And I'm not knocking all these other podcasts and what they do, but it's just going to be raw and cut. You're not going to ever get a scripted episode from us. So I'm letting you know that now, because I know they probably gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Listen, we're just human, and we just working, but we're also having fun with this shit. So, you know, don't look for the whole scripted, hunky-dory.
Well, y'all cool as hell, too. Like, I feel like people book based on, like a lot of people would have put somebody else here, and then you get an interview that's like, yeah, I'm a DJ on the radio, and I went to broadcasting school, and I got a job in radio, and I try to help everybody out, and it's not real life.
It's not,
like, that shit's not real life, bro. So, like, y'all do a great job, because y'all connect with great people. Like,
what's crazy is that I definitely went to broadcasting school, and then broadcasting school, I felt like...
How many of them is doing shit in radio? Or
I felt like a fish out of water, because I was like, yo, I had, like, no broadcasting experience. They was just like, yo, you just sound like you belong in the broadcasting world. So I definitely...
I bet you doing more with broadcasting than most people you went to school with.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
The point that I was trying to make. Stop doing it.
And I didn't go to broadcasting school, and honestly, I never thought about doing a podcast. Shout out to my homeboy, Poshii. He actually brought me into the whole podcast thing, and now I'm sitting here with my own show. You know? So it's like, you just never know.
You just never know. Where just, that was my whole, you just do it. Let me just do this shit. Like,
okay. Nike got the win for that. They took that just do it and trademarked. Y'all really won for that.
I got Adidas on. I'm saying just do it.
Can you speak about Space Jam?
Can we speak about Space Jam?
I didn't see the second one, but I heard it was great.
Now, it got a lot of like mixed reviews online. I feel like a lot of people like hate it because LeBron did it.
You never hear a second movie is like decent. It's always bad.
I just said that.
But this I heard it was even with LeBron. Yeah, I heard it was like.
No, I liked it because the first Space Jam came out. I was 6. I was like, oh, it got Looney Tunes in it. Let's go see it. Now as a 30-year-old man, it's like it's all right. Like I watched the first Space Jam as an adult. I was like, all right. I was a goofy ass kid liking this shit. As a grown man, I'm like, yo, it's not that bad. Like, it's all right.
New generation, man. We gotta welcome them in.
And just one last question: do you think LeBron trying to be like Michael?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Cause he did it. The movie, it was like his own way. Like Michael's was way different. LeBron like added elements of his lifestyle into it, like him being a family man. Right. He got like actors to play his wife and kids.
What?
Yeah.
His kids is not in it. It's as an actor playing his life. Yeah.
I want to see that Porky Pig freestyle. I heard he had a freestyle.
That shit is funny. It was funny.
I haven't even seen it. Nothing. I want to see that. I want to do a reaction video to it.
It was funny. I liked how they did Space Jam too. A lot of people like came in with it to like shit on it because like, people hold Space Jam. People hold anything like from the 90s with like the highest of regards. And then looking back, it's like, yo, a lot of shit they did in the 90s was kind of like, was bullshit. Like, there's a lot of shit in the 90s that came out that we hold in high regard with some bullshit.
Don't do the 90s.
It's everything has its time and place, you know?
It definitely does.
You said Family Matters was trash? Some of it.
Wait,
Some of it.
Watch it today.
Did I do that?
That's the shit with
Did I
Urkel.
do that?
It is the worst fucking sitcom.
Now, the funny shit about Family Matters, too, is that early on, before, like, Urkel took over, it was a serious show.
Yes.
That Urkel had him doing all types of bullshit. He took the show over.
I'll be watching that Jamie Foxx. I used to watch, like, the Wayans Brothers. That was my shit.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx actually aged pretty well. Like,
he killing it. That man, he getting ready for that Tyson role,
that Tyson
bro.
role, he about to kill it.
He
But the
fucking
shit.
stocky.
He about to fuck it up on that. You know what's so crazy is that Jamie Foxx was always a singer to me, even on
Fox show,
I
he
could
was
see
singing.
that.
He was
When he
singing.
did that R. Kelly,
Blame it on the
Paroli,
goose.
and he was like big toe. You don't
Yeah,
remember
I
that?
kind of
episode?
remember it, yeah.
I knew, I was like, this man is actually a singer. So when he came out with his first album, it's just so crazy to me. Like, even with Timmy, he was actually a singer first, but his management made him do acting first. And then he did his acting, then he got his role on Power. Then now all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, Timmy, this international
Imagine,
Afro. You feel me? Like, it's so crazy.
imagine if he was like, I'm not an actor, I'm a singer.
Yeah.
That's the attitude a lot of people got.
Still be trying to sing to this.
Imagine
He's still always going to be Dre from Power. Like, he's always going to be Dre.
Imagine if what's his name? Was it Playboy? Not Playboy Cardi. Partisan Fontaine.
Oh, okay.
Imagine if he was like, I'm not writing for nobody. I'm just making my own music.
Yeah.
There's so many people you think of. Imagine if they was just closed off to anything other than what they was telling themselves.
Party could rap, but like, nah, your pen, like with the
Your pen.
right for these females. Like,
you gotta be open to criticism and open to like trying things, even if it's not like the first passion. Just try it. It might evolve into something that you never thought it would.
Like, going back to when you were saying the NBA thing, because we did just go into a whole nother thing. I seen a podcast episode the other day with Shaquille O'Neal, and he was saying how he blew $1 million in a day. That would be me, so I'm going to tell you right now. Y'all better come get my cards.
You know what's shocking that I saw? I saw a stat about the NBA the other day that was shocking. It was LeBron James about to become a billionaire.
or Fortnite.
But 700 million is not related to sports.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fortnite, what
That's
the hell we
some
gonna
elite
build?
shit, though, bro.
Sneak, you got the movie shit. You got the
Think
sneakers.
about that, yo. You're the biggest
Endorsements.
basketball player in the world, and most of your
Money doesn't
money,
even come from basketball.
substantially, like 75% of your money
Exactly.
comes from other shit. That's not your passion.
It's just him utilizing himself as a brand. Like,
Video games wasn't his passion. He out here making more money off video games than basketball.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
When I seen it, I'm like, wait a minute. He blew $1 million in a day, so he's talking about how he bought a Benz and he bought his father a Benz and he bought his mother a Benz.
Nah, he forgot about
The
taxes.
craziest thing is,
No cap. He forgot
You
about
see
us.
taxes.
Need a
That's
Benz.
in our episode.
but it's so crazy how afterwards, I didn't know Shaq owned Forever 21 and I shopped there. I didn't know
That's
he owed
crazy.
JC Penney. So again,
I'm
what
just
you
learning,
just said with
yeah, I know.
LeBron, like
Yo,
Shaq is probably making all his bread, and it's not even from.
Watch a regular like TV show, and when it goes to commercials, he's in like every other commercial. Him and Snoop Dogg in like every other commercial.
They killing it.
Have any of you guys tried the Snoop Dogg wine?
Nah.
I have.
You have? Is
Yeah,
it good?
it's alright. It's cool. It's like I'm not a big wine drinker, so I don't know, but it doesn't seem like it's anything crazy. It's a cool
Gotcha.
bottle. It's got Snoop's face on the bottle.
Yeah,
I've seen it in the liquor
I'll
store.
trust Snoop Dogg with my vices, so yeah, it should be alright.
I'm gonna need some Snoop blunts. Like I need. Like
There we
why
go.
does Snoop not own Dutch Master or Backwood?
So as Snoop Doggy Dog, get on it. You need some backwoods
Need a
and some Dutch
co-packer.
Master from you,
Got you.
and some hemp paper too.
Yeah. Need help with that Snoop? We got you. That's the crazy thing. Like really, the food, bro, is been so lucrative compared to anything radio, and food is definitely my second love. Like I love music, but I'm doing so much more music because of food.
I want my cookies and my pizza.
I got y'all. Give me an address. I'm going to send it. I'm not going to waste no more of your time today. I'm going to send y'all cookies. My bad.
It's so
All right,
good.
guys. So it's a wrap. We had our boy Hip Hop Mike on. We definitely have to have you back so we could do a more, get into it type of thing.
Yeah.
Might make a lot of news this year. I promise y'all. This year and next year is going to be crazy.
Y'all heard it here. Hopefully y'all heard it here first.
For sure. They've heard more here first than anywhere else. I haven't said nothing about nothing to anybody. I haven't been even on the gram lately, to tell y'all the truth. I've been like off the gram.
Oh, so you and that disappeared?
I post, but like I haven't
off the grid.
public. I haven't been on myself. Like I used to put so much energy into like, oh, I should make sure I get that on my story. I don't give a fuck no more. My gram is so messy and I'm chilling.
Yeah. They kind of like ruined Instagram anyway, so it's like, fuck it.
Done.
Yeah, I'm chilling. Y'all
I
can keep
can't
that
wait
blue
to
check.
be like you where my gram is so messy and I'm just chilling. As long as I'm getting the ducks while I'm asleep, I'm good.
That's it.
That's a fact.
That's all that matters.
Appreciate y'all, yo.